Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Holly Randall Unfiltered. My guest today has been in the industry for over 20 years and is a man of many identities. You may know him as Nick Dent, Reese Rideout, or Dom Cruz, but no matter what name he's performing under, he is an absolute legend in the industry. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Holly.
Yeah.
It's an honor. Hello, everyone.
You have a lot to tell us about like how you've arrived now to Dom Cruz. You've had quite the journey. So I guess let's start at the beginning. When you first got scouted to be in the adult industry, what were you doing that caught people's attention?
Yeah, I was doing amateur bodybuilding, like right out of high school. I mean, I was really into it in high school, and you know, some of my idols were Arnold Schwarzenegger, of course, and Ronnie Coleman. So I had a few friends. We would compete. And I did an amateur bodybuilding show. I think I was up in Washington at the time, just above Oregon. And there was a photographer who scouted me. He went to bodybuilding shows looking for guys that were fit. And then I went home, and a week later got a phone call at my parents' house. And I was like 21. And he kind of pulled me in with the promise of he shoots for Playgirl, which he did. But he didn't get me in Playgirl. That happened like 5-6 years later.
Oh, wow.
Eventually made it on the cover with Greg Wiener. But Ron Lloyd, who initially got me in, and he was still shooting on film back then in 04.
Yeah.
And really great photos. Got in a bunch of magazines with him, like Mandate 2, Torso, Freshman, Honcho, a bunch of them. And once those came out, then I got calls from studios.
So back then, because I actually used to shoot for Playgirl.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so did my mom. So funny enough. So back then, were they doing erections? Did you have, because when I was shooting for them, they were like, they wanted you to have an erection in the photo. But before then, they didn't. Do you remember? That was an issue for me because I was the only woman on set. And I was shooting like male adult stars. Like, let's see, I shot Alan Stafford. I shot, oh God, what's his name? Dropping Loads guy, Nick Manning.
Dropping Loads.
Just look him up.
Okay.
You'll see. Anyways, so I shot him. I shot some guy, Justin, who was really into feet. He was the best because all he needed to do was see my feet to get an erection. And then he wanted to give me a foot massage during lunch, which was awesome.
Yeah.
So that I liked. But otherwise, like, it was a struggle because they wanted to get an erection and I was not willing to help them.
Oh.
So I had to bring a box of porn magazines because like we didn't really have cell phones like smartphones at the time.
Yeah.
And so I had this box of porn magazines with lube and baby wipes in it. And I would give it to them and be like, let me know when you're ready. And that was my experience shooting for Playgirl.
Wow. Yeah. That must have been a shock.
Yeah. And
that's when they switched over to more erotic with more hardcore with the erections.
Yeah. Yeah. So it sounds like it didn't matter at the time for you.
Yeah, I can't quite recall. We did it in Santa Fe, New Mexico. It was a college issue. So it was me and like 4 other guys on some ranch. And we all took turns taking our single photos because they didn't make it too, even though their audience was guys, their customers were males that purchased it. They didn't make it overtly gay.
Yeah. No, they definitely pretended like it was for women.
Yeah.
Like they absolutely sold it like it was for women. And I was like, women literally do not buy this magazine. Like I'm a woman and I'm telling you right now, like we don't buy this magazine. So that's pretty funny. So, but you didn't get in until 6 years later. So so tell me like what happened then?
So I went up to Bellingham, Washington, where he had a studio and shot with him. He had a really nice studio. All the backdrops and we even did one video called Body Solo. He even scouted the same process. Another actor, even from my hometown, Salem, where I live, Zeb Atlas. Have you heard of that? Huge dude. Massive chin from growth hormone. Looks like a horse.
Does that give you a big chin?
Oh yeah, your hands will grow.
Really?
Chin. Yeah.
Wait, what? Does it make your bones? Oh, of course. I guess it makes your bones grow, right?
Yeah.
Or your cartilage? No, your bones. Makes your bones grow.
Probably all.
Yeah.
But I mean, it won't necessarily make you taller. It's just certain aspects, like your head can even grow.
Oh, weird.
Ears.
Oh, no.
Just like elbows will come out a bit further.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, no. That doesn't sound good.
He morphed into, but so he found him as well. And then the magazines, I think it probably took 4 to 6 months to come out because they had to be developed.
Yeah.
Since it wasn't digital.
Oh, yeah. You had to take it, they had to get developed. You had to edit them, the slides and the light table, and pull out the ones that you wanted and put them back in another sheet. That used to be my job.
Yeah. So you know about it.
Yeah.
And then once they came out, then I was getting phone calls from studios down in Los Angeles that wanted to do video.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the phone with Randy from Randy Blue,
Mm-hmm.
and then Dino, another guy from like Sean Cody or Corbin Fisher.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just talking back and forth, trying to make the right decision. And I went with Randy. It was a great decision. And I came down and, I call it the slippery slope.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You come in one video, just a little JO,
Mm-hmm.
just kind of, you know how to play with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You do it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do it in front of a camera. Put on a little show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, the fans love it. They want more. Here's a little more money.
So were you thinking at the time, because you're a straight guy, right?
Yeah.
So you were thinking at the time, okay, I could use the money. I'm not having sex with other men. This is like easy, right? Is that kind of what was going through your mind?
Yeah. Yeah. Initially, I thought it was just going to be, I could just do JOs my whole career. But then it was let somebody suck you. And then a toy video, you suck somebody, and down you go.
Mm-hmm.
A little more money each time.
Yeah.
But initially, always from the beginning, it was, being in a small town in Salem, Oregon, and not having much. I have lots of brothers and sisters. So one parent working, we didn't have ways to just go to Disneyland. So I wanted to get down to LA, get into acting, and come to find out it does hurt your career in that side. You just get turned away, especially commercial work. So I've been turned down a lot that way. But it got me down to LA. I met some really amazing people, and I'm still hacking away at the acting, just doing my independent stuff. But always from the beginning, it wasn't just adult industry. I wanted to get into it. I wanted to be, a real actor and come down to Los Angeles. And it got me here.
Yeah.
In the back door.
Yeah. Literally. So you're very open about being gay for pay as a straight guy. So what was your initial gut reaction when you were asked to do that first, like having a guy suck you off? Like what went through your mind?
Well, since I had never done it before, there was, will I like it? Was one of the first thoughts. But once it got into it, the mouth was on it. I had to go into my mind and find something I really liked. And then that's been my process, since then, was get one thing that really turns me on and just replay it.
With a woman, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Get that highlight reel of, and
that Rolodex that basically all male performers have in their head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like no matter what you're doing.
Oh, I'm good at going into it. But we back then, because it was mostly straight guys doing the gay for pay, because the gay guys didn't want their friends to see them doing gay porn. It wasn't that accepted. Because, but us straight guys were like, none of our friends are going to see it.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
We'll do it. And
yeah.
But it's the internet.
Yeah.
In 2005, when I started the videos, people didn't quite comprehend the far reach that the internet has. And especially now with social media, it's like something comes out, every corner of the world.
Yeah.
In split seconds.
Yeah.
Milliseconds.
Yeah. I mean, I remember like when the internet really started taking off and guys that I had been working with for a while, only in straight porn, a lot of them had done some gay work before they worked in straight and had never told anybody. And those like clips started to pop up. And, and of course, like they were mortified because back then it's so different now. And I'm sure you've seen the change, but back then it was like, the straight industry was very homophobic.
Yeah.
And girls were like, oh, you did gay porn once 15 years ago. I'm not having sex with you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I saw that a lot.
Yeah, that also, but that hurt my chances of from doing the gay porn, not accepted in mainstream, not accepted in straight porn. It's like, stay over here. And that's why I'm trying to, but now we have the ability to produce our own stuff. And, you know, we are the industry now. The creators are, it's the power is kind of taken away from the studios.
Yeah.
It's us, and it's us like a family helping each other out.
Yeah.
And there's so many females now that are much more accepting and actually kind of like the fact that guys have done bi or gay stuff. And also you have the better testing standards.
Yes.
Medications better.
Yes.
And knowledge about STIs.
Yes.
Particularly the HIV.
Yes.
Which is, you're less likely to catch it from somebody that is positive but tests negative. I'm no doctor, so check that out yourself, but
yeah,
it's a lot safer now.
Because their viral load is so low that it's virtually impossible for them to pass it on. I mean, yeah, we've come so far from when, you know, when HIV first kind of came out. It's wild because my mom was filming movies at the time when the HIV epidemic began. And it's actually one of the main reasons that my parents stopped shooting movies. Because they were so scared. I remember as a kid, there was a blood truck like outside of our house, and they were having people come in and they were testing them before they would they were one of the only producers that were testing people before they would cast them. But of course, back then, it took you like 2 weeks to get your test back. So like, who knows what you were doing that, you know what I mean? It wasn't. And so they were just like, and because back then magazines didn't show penetration. So then my mom just shot photos and there was no penetration. And so like, there wasn't like any risk of transmitting like HIV, but that's what like pulled my parents out of shooting movies. So it's kind of wild.
Yeah, it's a big thing, a huge fear like the entire, you know, world had. Yeah. I mean, even me getting into it, we were first shooting with condoms back then in like 05 up to my contract 11 or 12. I would, as soon as I was done filming, I'd go spray my dick with rubbing alcohol. As soon as I was done, it burned. I'd be like,
I was going to say, does that
hurt? I'd wash it a few times and just to make myself feel more comfortable. So I was very on top of that, always having rubbing alcohol to spray my member with.
Do you think that we as a society is so concerned with like masculinity and the definition of masculinity? Because, you know, girls can be straight and they can go and do girl scenes and nobody thinks twice about it, right? But men, if they're doing gay scenes, then like most people are like, oh, there's no way he's straight. Like that's not true. And so do you think that it's something that where men are just, that all men could potentially enjoy sex with other men if there wasn't like this rigid, you know, societal kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Stigma. Rigid societal stigma against it. Because, you know, if you look back like history, like you look back in like Roman times, right? Like it was not uncommon for men to have sex with other men, and it was not looked down upon. It was usually like men in power had like a younger man that they dominated, but like it didn't make you like gay. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, there wasn't like the strong definition that like stuck with you. It was just like you used that, you had pleasure with that person, but you married a woman and you like, you know, it wasn't, there was a lot more fluidity.
Yeah. I'm no history buff, but yeah, you're right. There is many examples of that back in the day with is it Greek and Roman and it is society, the stigma probably mostly stemming from like religion. And I know I have it because I haven't been able to just open freely. I'd be so happy because I get so much gay porn shoots. I'd be really happy. But I'm trying to, you know, go off on the other direction and jump the fence. But there is a stigma, and it stops us from being open. And boy, I mean, you ever go to a gay club and see how happy they are? They are so happy.
So in college, me and my girlfriends used to go to the gay club to dance because number one, the music was better. And second, like there was just, to get away from the straight guys that were just like, would get drunk and grind up against us and would just like harass us the whole time. We're like, we just want to go out with the girls and have fun. Like, get the fuck away from me. And then the straight guys figured it out and they started going to the gay clubs too. They're like, that's where the women are going. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah.
I was just in Hawaii at a club. And yeah, you can see the straight girls there just having a good time.
Yeah.
And the owner was telling us how, guys haven't figured that out. And then they're coming, the straight guys, or they think it's like shooting fish in a barrel. It's an easy pickup.
So at what point in your career did you create the Reese Rideout persona?
Reese, that was when I first got with Ron Lloyd doing the magazines. Mm-hmm. Like the name I was thinking of was a street I lived on, Sunnyside, and like my middle name. So I was thinking Ryan Sunnyside.
You weren't going to do your pet and then you've heard that, right?
Yeah.
So your first pet and then the street you grew up on?
Yeah. I'm not sure what pet I had at the time.
Do you remember like your first, it's supposed to be your first pet that you ever had?
First pet you ever had.
Like that you remember as a kid. Mine is very bad.
What's yours?
Mr. Dog Charnock. Very, very bad.
Mine probably would have been my mouse, Fievel. And then is it the first street you were on?
The street you grew up on.
Okay.
I mean, I guess if you moved a lot, you can decide which street you consider, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, then it could have been Fievel Sunnyside or Fievel Idlewood. My first photographer, he had probably a guy he had a crush on in high school, and last name was Rideout. Mm-hmm. And then we went with a first name that also started with R. So he created Reese Rideout, Ron Lloyd, first photographer.
You're also known publicly by your legal name, Nick Dent. So why did you decide to keep that as part of your brand when so many porn stars don't?
Because to separate the mainstream somewhat. I mean, when you don't want people, I'm not trying to push anything on anybody. Like I want them to like my films and acting for what they are. And when they Google to find what you're doing and what you're up to, I don't want just so much content under the same name coming up. I'm not trying to push adult stuff on anybody. So somewhat of a separation. I know it's hard with the internet. If you type in Nick Dent, other stuff will come up too. But I just don't want it to be blatantly obvious, like I'm trying to advertise and sell people, like I'm trying to use Nick for Dom or Reese.
But I mean, the fact that like you acknowledge that, because so many people try so hard to rigidly separate the two, that like they hope that nobody will find, like I actually had a girl who called me a couple of weeks ago who's very upset. She's, now trying to get into mainstream. And someone had taken photos that I had shot of her and posted it on a website under her legal name, which she's trying to use for acting. And, and I didn't do it. Somebody else did it. And she was really upset about it. And I was just like, well, first of all, you have the same first name. And then, but also like, it's very hard to completely separate that because people will find it, like you said.
Yeah. It's impossible. There is no separating it.
Yeah.
It'll be there forever. So you just have to, accept it. And that's the reason I do accept it. I know if you search Nick, it'll all come up and vice versa. But to give somewhat, I'm at least trying to say, if you type in Nick Dent, you might get 90% real acting stuff.
There is a pretty strong divide between the mainstream, the straight industry and the gay industry. And just in terms of like, we don't really communicate that much. Like I know everything about the straight industry. I don't know anything about the gay industry, which is interesting. So it is rumored that gay performers make significantly more money than straight male performers do. Is that true?
Yeah, it can be.
And then what is it you've done, having done both, what is like some other like major differences between the two industries?
Yeah, the how much you get paid is different. I mean, it used to be so much more back in the day.
Yeah.
I just had to work once a month.
Yeah. It used to be so much more for all of us for everything back in the day.
Yeah, right. But and that was like I'd work like I could get a scene done pretty quick back in the day. I'd really technically only work like 2-3 hours a month.
So then it almost kind of feels like you're not that you're not doing gay porn, but it sounds like it's such a small allotment of your time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And that's also what's kind of been different now with being a content creator and having to film so much more. Mm-hmm. See, back in the day when I first got into it and I just had to do it for 2-3 hours a month.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. And at how young I was, you had such a hard boner, you'd do anything.
Yeah.
But now it's like you're going to content houses, with a couple dozen guys and you're trying to shoot 3 films in a day. And it becomes very different than what it once was. And the pay, it's down a lot, but now we have the ability with the fan sites to make as much as you want. Mm-hmm. The gay side, since I've had such a name for so long, it's a little bit easier. If I would have just jumped into OnlyFans now, it'd be different at 40, 42.
Yeah.
I do, however, wish OnlyFans was around when I was 21 because I loved doing the online videos and marketing. Mm-hmm. I think I'd have been so good at 21 on OnlyFans.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely changed the industry so much. But you also have other avenues of marketing. You are a, would you say brand ambassador for Load Boost?
Yes.
Who also sponsors this podcast. So tell me a little bit about Load Boost and what it does for you. This is a very organic ad, by the way.
Yeah. What's great is like, I'm like a supplement buff, like a addict. I have a closet full of supplements. Mm-hmm. So I've been researching these components for a few years, and I was actually taking them before I came across the guys, the brothers and Ben there at Load Boost. You have Jay, Tom, and Ben, great guys. Mm-hmm. They're really good. And one of their wives has put all the research in here, who's actually a doctor, a certified doctor. And the ingredients in here, you got pygeum, which helps activate the Cowper gland and helps out with pre-cum. Mm-hmm. You have zinc to balance that out so you don't deplete it. You also have copper. There's bromelain extract from pineapple to help out with flavoring, and sunflower lecithin helps out with just volume of your shot. So you got flavor and the activity. I have a microscope at home.
Really?
Yeah. And I've looked at my semen under the microscope.
Oh, wow.
And one of my videos, I put it up on my projector. I'm going to do projector next, but on my Mac, my 27-inch MacBook screen, I threw the live sperm up on there. Wow. And I put that on my OF, and it went pretty wild. Wow. But when you take this, your little sperm are very active.
Oh my God.
They're super healthy, swimming fast.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I've never seen anybody do like a before and after, like little. That's awesome.
It's very noticeable from before I was taking this supplement till when I was. Mm-hmm. After a few months of taking it, they were just so active. And after about 2 weeks, the average person will see an increase in volume and taste. And I've had some females recently like love the taste of my shot.
Of your cum, where you can, maybe they'll make a little smoothie out of it,
Oh, they swallowed it down.
Because like that is a big problem a lot of times with a lot of guys. Like if you don't eat healthy, drink a lot of coffee, acidic stuff, smoke cigarettes, just like it's.
Or it will come out just like liquidy, almost watery, or just dissipates fast. This will make it thick and white.
Which is what we need for the cum shots, because we need to be able to see it. It's a visual industry, right?
Yeah, that's very important.
Yeah.
So it's been great. I haven't left home without a bottle ever since I've been with them.
Fantastic.
Always have it with me. I have one like in my car, my backpack, suitcase, and when I'm especially at content houses and you're shooting 2-3 times a day, you definitely need it.
Well, you heard it straight from the guy who uses it. So go to lowboost.com and use code Holly for 10% off. All right. Let's talk about Dom Cruz.
Yeah.
So who is he and how is he different from Reese Rideout?
Yeah, very, very different. I've been thinking about a name change for, well, probably the whole time I've been in it, a couple decades. And I want something that like resonates more with me, being more truthful to myself. And I think now I have the ability to make that change because it's not a studio that is invested in the name that I once was, Reese Rideout, where if you change your name, they're going to lose money. Now, they can't tell me no because most of my funds come from OF or fan sites or whatever platform the aggregate I use to put up my videos I self-produce. And Dom, it's more my soul, like who I am. Trying to create a character that I can be proud of, that I can like tell my friends and my family openly and not be, and not that I'm ashamed in any way of all the gay porn that I've done. I love the gay community and they've helped me out so much over the years. And I'm such a big ally, and being able to jump that chasm and go from one side of the fence to the other, doing the gay and the straight, I'm cheering for them. I'm cheering for all my gay brothers and sisters, but it's just me personally trying to be more true to myself. And also being sober now a little over a year, I'm a bit more clear-headed in what being honest with myself and just trying to show that to the industry and to all the other performers out there. And to be taken serious, because without the name change, like I did like Dr. Rideout for a little bit, trying to keep Reese Rideout in some way, because I put so much energy for over 2 decades into that name. But I'm not taken completely seriously. It's like, just throw him in the buy scene. Or it was, Seth Gamble backed out, pull Reese in. I'm like, oh, good. Yes, this is a straight cis scene. Seth backed out. I got called in. Since it's Reese, throw in another guy. What? I get to set. I'm like,
he won't care.
Yeah. So it's trying to also show the industry, because I love doing studio work too. I like going on bigger productions, memorizing lines, and having a higher produced product out there. So I kind of got to show them that I mean business, and switching the name, and I have this vision. And it's starting to open up, and I appreciate you having me on as Dom Cruz, and people will see it. It'll come through.
Do you have like a specific game plan, that like a specific marketing plan? I mean, I guess this is part of it, right?
Yeah. Well, like, film, feature things, I want to do, I have film crews, I have directors. I can put together an entire feature film, a full-length thing, get it submitted on AVN, get it up there in the running with all these other big companies, and have something that I can be proud of. And I like action, horror, something that's good with a good story. And
you have 2 mainstream films releasing soon, right? Under Nick Dent.
Yes.
The horror movie Crystal and the sci-fi thriller Apophis.
Yeah.
2029. So tell me a little bit about how those projects came together.
Yeah. So Apophis 2029, that is sponsored by Lowboost.
Oh.
Yeah. So you're going to see them in the film. We have Rebel Rider makes a quick cameo in there too. And that's about an asteroid that's coming to wipe out Earth. I play the president, like a JFK Playboy type president.
Okay.
And we're in a bunker down under the ground. So it bounces back and forth. There's 2 stories of some friends that don't have the means like the president does to go into a safe haven underground. They just have to go to the beach and watch the asteroid come and succumb to their death. But I'm this Playboy president down in the bunker. I bring hookers down.
I mean, what else are you going to do? It's the end of the world.
There's blow. So there's this dichotomy between the friends that just have to go and accept fate and the president down in the bunker just living it up. So the story goes back and forth between that as the asteroid approaches Earth. And then Crystal, that's a action horror film. My friend Clyde Waterhouse and I, we wrote it like in, I think 2015 or 16. Didn't quite have the guts to pull the trigger until a nice PPP loan came around.
I remember those.
Yeah. Well, and so when that came out, I was like, let's do this. We can pay actors. We can do this. And Jeff Snyder, our DP on the film, he had this next to my hometown, like an outbuilding, really big outbuilding. We turned into a sound studio. What was that? And he used to be in a circus. So that the gentleman that had since passed, he purchased that outbuilding, and we filmed in that area and built a set. My brother, Jordan, who's no longer with us, he helped me build the set. So that set, it was a modular set. You can make it into a big room. We'd move the walls, make it to smaller, or you can make it a long hallway. So all the flats that we built could be adjusted to what you were shooting that day. And the house, Crystal, it's about a house that's underground, a futuristic house. There's a dinner party, and the house goes haywire and starts killing the dinner guests.
Oh, interesting.
And I have to save everyone at the house. And we had a really great special effects crew. We had, my wife helped out with wardrobe, really good wardrobe color palette we picked. And the story's fun. It's active. There's a lot going on. Lots of blood, lots of gore. And now with AI, we got a few little AI things in there too. And you can't even tell it's AI. It's so good.
It's wild, right? I'm not going to have to hire, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I don't even want to, I love and fully embrace AI, but yeah, sometimes it's scary. But where are these going to be released? Like, where can people go and see these films?
We're currently in the process with a distribution company. So the possibility is Tubi or Netflix. There's the two where it'll be. And that hopefully before the end of the year, those two will be out.
Awesome.
Yeah. And there's one other one, Killer Clown Girls. I think that's going to be released at the beginning of next year.
Tell me about that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have an angry clown fetish. People who have been watching this show for a long time know that it's a very strange thing about me, but I am like, I am into, like, I find like the idea of getting fucked by an angry clown very hot. I'm sorry. There's got to be one weird thing about me.
Okay, I can get into that. Yeah. So yeah, Killer Clown Girls. It's a 2-part. So the first part, first feature part will be out probably next year in 2026. And it's about this group of females that they're kind of like in a battered women's group. Mm-hmm. But one of them in the group has access to like police records. She works at the police department, and they find all these abusers, and then they dress up as clowns and go out and whack them.
Oh, so it's kind of like a Dexter-ish.
Yeah. Good, like killing for the good of mankind.
Dexter mixed with Harley Quinn kind of.
There is some Harley Quinn character kind of in there.
Yeah.
There's chainsaws, there's baseball bats, there's saws.
Wow.
Oh, we were shooting one scene. I play a detective in that one called Dylan Steele. Mm-hmm. And Roman P. Martinez, the writer and director of this, budget-wise, we're at the Motel 6.
Right.
But he didn't alert them we were filming. So we're in this small room with a crew of like 6 to 9 people and a few actors. There's a dozen people in this small room. And I'm getting dildos in my eye sockets.
Wow.
On the bed.
Wow, okay.
By the leader, the main clown chick.
Uh-huh.
And she had to run out to her car to go do something, and she's in this negligee. And they saw on the cameras. So within a few seconds, we get like the front desk pounding on the door. You know, you have 5 minutes to get out of here. I'm calling the cops. And I'm in a thong on the bed. There's like, she's next to me, you know, having dildos ready to jam in my eye sockets, and 10 other crew members and stuff in there. There's plastic all around the bed. We laid down so we wouldn't get blood all over the floor or carpet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we put a new bed sheet on so we could just take that off. Mm-hmm. So we got kicked out of the Motel 6.
Oh man.
We shot it somewhere else. But.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
Too bad that they didn't, like, you're just standing there like, what are we doing? Got the dildos, the thong. That sounds like a scene from like a Christopher Guest film or something.
They definitely thought we were shooting a porno. And Roman went up to talk to the lady at front desk and apologized afterwards. And she said, if you would have told me ahead of time, maybe it's just we've had an issue with prostitution here.
Yeah.
And so they were really concerned about that.
Let's be real. Trying to lose weight or get your health back on track can feel impossible. You're doing your best, but life is busy. And sometimes no matter how hard you try, the results just don't show up like they used to. This is where LifeRx.md comes in. Their physicians create custom GLP-1 and peptide protocols designed just for you. Whether you're looking to lose weight, boost your energy, or just feel a little bit better in your body, it starts at just $250 a month with no contracts, no subscriptions, no insurance, and no wait lists. Just science-backed care and 24/7 support so you always feel taken care of. Look, I'm a busy working mom, and I get it. We want to feel good for ourselves and for the people that we love in our life. LifeRx makes that possible. So head to liferx.md, click on the link in the show notes, and use code HOLLY for $50 off of your first order. You deserve to feel amazing. Start today. So you mentioned that your wife was helping you with wardrobe, and of course, I met her. Lovely wife. She came here with you. And you guys appeared in a 2012 episode of VH1's I'm Married to a... And at the time, she was adamant that you didn't shoot straight porn, but you are shooting straight porn now. So at the time, and now that you're going into straight porn and you're going to be having sex with women, what boundaries do you guys have surrounding your work, and how do you do that?
Yeah, it's been a process with Becky accepting it. She sees, for me to be, mentally healthy, like I need that, and I can't just do the gay porn. Like the gay porn pretty much pays so I can do straight porn, and the gay porn pays so I can do independent films. So, but mentally, I need somewhat of a balance, and I need more of that straight porn in my life. And she knows that it's strictly work. There's no phone calls afterwards. It's we film, we give each other our footage, we part ways, we help each other market, and she has complete access to all my devices, and she helps out with marketing. So she sees it's strictly business. I mean, there's no feelings outside of that mattress and what's being filmed. So and once Becky came and enjoyed the AVN, she sees the glitz and the glamour and how much we're actually appreciated, and the seriousness of the business, and that helped her accept it too. Was coming and seeing all the wonderful people dressed up and being appreciated on one of the biggest nights of the industry.
So do you think like initially it was easier for her because obviously you're having sex with men, you're a straight man, so like there's no threat there, and then now that maybe then you see that, I mean, once you're in porn, right, and you're working in porn and you're around it, you see it as like it's a business, and these intimate acts, as much as they can be like intimate and passionate at the time, and truly so, are transactional, and people are able to separate emotion from passion. Do you think that was helpful in her seeing like, okay, yeah, this is a business, and now we're going to straight porn and you're having sex with the gender that you prefer, but now I've kind of had this, it's almost like an easier introduction Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's definitely transactional, and she sees that, and she sees how much work is put in besides that hour of filming or whatever it is. I mean, I'm not putting on a facade just to go have sex with women.
Yeah.
Because there's an hour of filming, and then with each video, there's another 20 hours of work. I mean, it's an all day thing for us. We're both doing over 40 hours a week. You know, each of us are probably together 100 hours of work in a week. It's much more enjoyable for me, and she knows that, but she knows it stays in that on set. It doesn't come off a set. And most of the girls know her now too. Like, she comes to the content houses. I was just at a Richard Mann and Jonathan Jordan content house the other day with Team VP just last week, and they're all asking where was Becky. They're like, where is she? Because she'd come and help out. So she didn't make this last one, but it's a great group of ladies that really love Becky, and they miss her when she's not around.
What do you think is the biggest misconception that people have about the adult industry in general?
That we're all having some big orgy.
I had Girthmaster on, and he said that before he got into porn, his biggest surprise was he thought there would be more orgies.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, he's like, there's he goes to these parties, and he's like, there's no orgies. What's going on? Everyone's like, got their clothes on, and they're talking, and they're like having drinks like normal people do. He's like, I thought there'd be more orgies. And that made me laugh because I think, yeah.
Yeah, I did see that episode. That's a good one. I remember Girth saying that. But maybe if it's on like the hot wife side a little bit, because they came from a lifestyle into the industry.
They're monetizing a lifestyle.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, that's kind of almost a reverse.
Yeah. And that's different because I don't do that in my personal life. We're monogamous, and I'm pretty, I wouldn't say boring, but now we have to plan sex, because you got to save that load.
Yeah. Even if you're using load boost, which does help.
Yes. But you got to be, your best on set.
Yeah. And
so it's, we have a day set for when we're going to do it. And, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely hear that from a lot of people. So what are your big plans for this year? Any projects coming up? I mean, obviously we talked about the movies, but anything on the adult side that you're doing that you're excited about? Yeah.
There's a couple really great ones are going to be coming out soon. And hopefully up for nomination at the AVN. You got Transparella.
Okay.
That's a vampire one.
Okay.
With Ariel Demure and Jim Power shot that.
Oh my God.
So the
two of like my favorite people.
Oh yeah.
I love
Jim
Ariel,
and Ariel.
I love Jim.
Yeah, they're so great. And that I play Dracula in that, and Ariel plays Transparella.
Oh, I love that.
So you got to watch that one. That's going to be good. And then Ariel has another one. We just filmed it, but she's going to wait to release it, so it's not competing with Transparella. So that one's going to come out 2026 AVN. That's called The Naughty Nanny.
Okay.
So it's like a Fran Dresser.
Okay.
That's going to be, and you got some amazing crew and cast in that one. Pierce Paris popped in for a little scene, and it'll be 2026 for that one.
What's your favorite thing about working in the adult industry?
Having the freedom that I don't see other Americans have, or other people just in general in the world. Not living their dream and living somebody else's dream. Having to punch in and punch out. Even though it may be harder on my side, more ups and downs, I'm living life on my terms. I'm doing it my way.
Do you have any ideas for like how long you're going to be performing for? And do you have any plans to move like behind the scenes or behind the camera? Because, we all know that performing is very hard on men. And I think that like some people don't realize that. They think I get DMs every day. You probably get them too. It's fun. You get to have sex with all these hot women and it's a blast, but it's actually it's tiring on the body for men and women, but especially for men having to perform. And the whole scene is riding on you. So do you have an idea of when you want to stop performing and you want to move into something else? Or are you just going to go until you feel like you've had enough?
It'd probably come down to how I could survive monetarily speaking. If independent mainstream movies made enough for me to live off of, then I'd spend more of my time over there. But until then, I have to eat. I got protein to buy, and flights and managers and agents to pay and stuff. So if mainstream film, which I'm going to continue pushing towards, and hopefully things are successful with some of these titles coming out here soon, if that paid more, just enough to live off of, I'm not asking for much, just enough to be able to pay mortgage and eat. I'd do that, because it's not like I'm, as a male performer, I'm not super rich. I'm no Sophie Rain.
Yeah. I was on Instagram last night, and I landed on this account that I really didn't want to scroll through, but I did. And it was called The Hollywood Fix, I think. And it was just paparazzi footage of celebrities. And I just started doom scrolling, which is awful. And, it's Beyonce and Jennifer Garner and Lady Gaga and all these people basically being attacked by the paparazzi. It was very invasive. And I'm watching this thinking Jesus Christ, what a living. But Sophie Rain was on there 4 times.
Jeez.
And I was like, is she that famous? But I think she just puts herself in front of the paparazzi, because she was doing TikToks on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So
good PR agent.
Yeah. Because I'd never heard of her before. She came out and said she made $4 million or something like that.
A huge number.
Yeah.
Huge. It was, I think it was 43 million or something, but who knows?
It was 4 million in a month or something like that.
Could have been. Yeah. Could have been. It's a huge amount. Yeah. That might've been the yearly thing, but, if mainstream took over monetarily, that'd be good. Other than that, producing or directing on the adult side, if I want to make more on that in the adult industry, I'll probably have to do that. Because
do you have interest in doing that, or is that just something that you think that would make sense for you to move into?
I do have interest, and it would make sense, because I'm pretty good with writing, good with acting, good with orchestrating a production and doing the pre-production, and I can edit. There's so much I can do it all. So it would make sense, and to make more, that might be a way I'm going to go. And we're looking at some with Team VP and Mr. Nuts. The other day he asked me to write one, Missionary Impossible.
My favorite category at AVN is clever titles of the year.
Oh yeah.
There's some that's a really good one.
I love coming up with titles.
Yeah, because there's some great ones in there. That's great. I love that. So
I'll be working on some bigger productions.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. I do have some questions for you from my Patreon members, but we're going to do that in a separate segment, which, of course, if you're a member of my Patreon, you can watch. But if you're not, then you can't. And bummer for you, but you can just go to patreon.com/HollyRandallUnfiltered and sign up for as little as $5 a month. It's not that much money. And you can watch them there. Plus, watch these live streamed. So many reasons. Nick, can you tell everybody where they can find you online? Nick, Dom, Reese, sorry.
Yeah.
Dom, can you tell everybody where they can find you online, please?
Yeah, you got domcruz.com, nickdent.com. Those are the main ones. There's reeserideout.club. But check it out. Though you can get to other places. I don't have to name off 24 social websites. _--
Yeah.
..
Just the ones that you want to push. Are you starting a new did you start a new OF for Dom Cruz, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So OF is Dom Cruz.
And you guys, of course, can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Holly Randall. As I mentioned, join my Patreon to support this show. Go to hollylinks.com for access to all of my platforms. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, go to loadboost.com, 10% off. Use code Holly at loadboost.com or click the link in the episode description. And thank you, LoadBoost, so much for sponsoring my podcast. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you on the next one.